Hello cheapskaters, welcome to our channel tonight. My name is Kath and I created the Cheapskates Club a little over 23 years ago. Can you believe it? At the Cheapskates Club, our goal is to live life debt-free, cashed up and laughing. And I've been sharing how my family has managed to do that for a long time on our website and through our free weekly newsletter, and in recent years through this YouTube channel and our Facebook group. So if this is your first time visiting our channel, welcome. And of course, if it's not, you know what I'm going to say. Welcome back. How are we all going? And thank you all so much for switching nights for me. Last night was a little bit, technology was not my friend yesterday. Now I noticed that Eve was really early. Talk about enthusiastic. Hi, Eve. Hi, Joy. And hello, Fiona and Jenny. Hi, Tabitha. Hello, Julie. Hi, Greg Evans. Hello, Jane. Oh, nobody's perfect, Fiona. Don't worry about it. As long as you know what you did wrong and you can fix it and not repeat the mistake, you'll be fine. Hello, Sylvia. Hi, Michelle. Hello, Cheryl. Hi, Evelyn and Sandra. Joy's got an excuse for doing a bit of stocking up, but she'll save money in the next few weeks. Hello, Kylie. Hi, Maureen. Thank you all so much for coming over tonight. We've got 34 people watching. That will be lovely. Hi, Beverly. Hello, Annabelle. Estelle says she hasn't been awfully good with the FIFO system. Keep lots of things in 10-litre tubs and it's hard to get the items inside in order. Okay, we might address that for you, Estelle. Okay. Yeah, there's the photos over there somewhere on the wall. Maureen's been putting aside $6 a week and buying stock-up items. Great. Billy's smiling. Hope I'm smiling too. And hi, Barb. Okay, guys, we don't have Delaney. Let me start again. We don't have Delaney with us tonight. She wasn't able to join us. So I will be keeping an eye on the chat as best I can. Just a couple of things to remember. If you have a question, you put it in all capitals, all uppercase for me so it stands out in the chat, because it flicks by on my screen really quickly. And so I might see it and then it's gone. And if it's not standing out, I miss it. And play nice. We always do anyway. But, you know, just because someone does something differently to the way you or I do it doesn't mean it's wrong. We can share ideas and we can share opinions nicely. We can give support and we can give constructive criticism as long as we play nice. And we all do that anyway. Hello, Sue. Okay, so we've got 39 people watching. And I'm just waffling on a bit because there's always a few stragglers, which is fine because everyone's clocks are set at different times and different things happen. But we've got 40 people watching now. So if I flipped over, would I see 40 thumbs up? That would be really good if I could. I would be so excited. Ooh, let me see if I can do that. I wonder if I can figure out how to do that. You can hear me talking. I've got 20 thumbs up. Okay, so that's only half of you. Come on, guys. We've got more people than that. Let's see. 21. Oh, it's going up. That's really good. I only ask, and I know I ask you all the time, thumbs up, like the videos, because YouTube pays attention to videos with lots of likes and lots of comments. So keep chatting, keep commenting, and keep liking, because that makes it easier for people to find our videos. And of course, and you know what I'm going to say, if you've been around for a while, the easier it is for people to find our videos, the easier it is for us to spread the message that it's absolutely okay to live life debt-free, cashed up and laughing, even in 2025. So that's why I always ask, please like. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, and that's more for your convenience. And share if you know someone that might be interested. 27, thanks, Barb. You can be the counter, the official thumbs up counter, Barb. Hello, Lydia. How are you? Okay, alrighty. So, all right, we are 6 minutes in, so let's get started. I'll be popping in and out, flipping backwards and forwards between my notes and your chat, because I can't have them on the same screen because I'm old and my eyes aren't that good. So I'll flip backwards and forwards, and we'll see what everyone's talking about. Anyway, let's get started. Because I called this show the FIFO or FIFO, depending on which side of the country you come from, Pantry Management System to save you money, time and energy. Now, FIFO, first in, first out. And it's pretty much a no-brainer if you think about it. You know, the first things in your pantry are the oldest, so they should be used before the new stuff. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. But no spend month, frugal February, is a fabulous time to get your pantry, get your fridge and freezer sorted, your pantry organised so that it's all spiffy and sparkly clean, ready for when you do stock up again in March. Because it means your stockpile, whether it's a big one or a small one, whatever it is always current. And that means nothing is out of date or stale. So you're not only not wasting the food, but you're not wasting your money. Because when we have to, even if we compost it, even if we feed it to the chickens, it's kind of wasted money. Because, human food isn't chicken food. Human food shouldn't be compost. The veggie peelings go to the chooks or go into the dog food or whatever, or the compost, but not good food that we should have been eating. So I feel so bad when I have to throw something that got lost in the back of the fridge into the compost, because it's wasted money. I feel like I'm putting money into the bin, like I've gone to my purse and taken out $5 and thrown it straight into that bin. It bothers me. And I think we all know the disappointment of going to the pantry to get an ingredient only to find that it's beyond its best and not usable. I picked up a packet of sultanas a couple of weeks ago to make a cake. And oh gosh, when was the last time I used sultanas? Because these ones have gone sugary. Now they came fine. They are fine. I soaked them in boiling water and plumped them up again, and they were just fine. But they'd obviously been there a little while. When I checked the best before, they were about 8 months past the best before. So they'd actually gone quickly. And if you're worried about things like that, we have a video on Forever Foods that will keep in your pantry. So you can go, I'll put the link underneath after the show, because that might help you too in your pantry planning. But of course, the easiest way to avoid the problem is to use the FIFO method, first in, first out. Everyone knows their pantry stock should be rotated. But, oh gosh, and even me, when you get the groceries home, you've got to face putting it all away, taking time to put the new packets, the new tins, the boxes to the back or the row or on the bottom of the stack, often isn't the focus. You just want to get it in and out of sight. We sort of go for getting everything out of the bags and put away any way it will fit. We often don't consciously think of first in, first out. Now, some stats here. According to the Australia Institute, Australia wastes 7.6 million tonnes of food each year, around $19.3 billion worth of food. Yikes. So, based on industry average profit margins, food retailers make about $1.2 billion profit from this waste. Ouch. And that's on top of the extra profits from the overinflated prices we're paying. Eggs have gone up, meat's random at the moment, isn't it just crazy? Fruit and vegetables is a ridiculous price. I was listening this morning, they were talking about in Melbourne, can't find a banana anywhere. Well, I walked into Coles today and they had plenty of bananas. And they hadn't gone up in price. They'd been $4.50 a kilo at Coles for months, since before Christmas. They dropped them down for back to school and put them straight back up. So, but apparently whole suburbs are out of bananas. And that's due to the rain and the floods that have happened in far north Queensland, of course. But there's bananas if you want them. You might have to look for them, but they're out there. Same with eggs. Anyway, but we really need to avoid food waste. And that means we can avoid wasting money. So we need to get our pantry sorted and organised. This is a great month to do that because we shouldn't be doing more grocery shopping than we need to. And once it's organised, you can use what you have and you can get your own FIFO system in place, whatever it is. On my shelves, I use the cardboard trays from the supermarkets. The 12 cans will fit on a tray. Well, they'll fit on a tray in my pantry too, and my shelves will stack 3 high with those. That works perfectly for me, and it just makes it easier to rotate through them. Work out which way works best for you. Now let's go back up and we'll see where we are. More questions. Ooh, it's very glary light. Sorry guys. Let me see if I can. No. Shocking light. Okay. It was that one. Okay. There we go. Is that better? Makes it a bit easier. Don't look quite so ghostly. Kylie's got 2 thumbs up. Thanks, Kylie. Hard to flip. What's hard to flip, Kelly? Hi, Lisa. And catnaps. 10 years is probably a bit long, Estelle, but really, dried fruit is on the forever list. So it might have been a bit sugary and looked a bit grainy, but a good soak in boiling water will plump it back up again. It will be fine. Maureen says a good idea is to put the date on the top of the cans when you buy it. We go through it so fast, so don't worry about it. Yes, Annabelle, they do like us to waste stuff. And honestly, when I was a little girl, there was no such thing, as I was well into my teens when use by and best before dates became a thing. Now, I realise that things did go off back then when I was younger, but seriously, there's a lot of stuff that gets wasted because people are paranoid about it's past the use by date, past the best before date. A lot of people don't understand the difference with those dates, and we've talked about that before. It's a great marketing ploy, those dates. It keeps us all going and going up, chuck that, give that to the dog, that can go to the chooks, that can go to the compost. And do you live in a suburb where your council has now given you those little benchtop compost bins, and you can actually put your compost into the green waste bin, supposedly to sort garbage and make sorting garbage easier? But how much easier has it been for people to tip food into their green waste bin without thinking about it? Because our little bins really were little. They're 80 litres or something like that, little to 120 litres, something small. They're very small. And then we have those giant green waste bins, and they want us to fill them up with food. I don't know. Hev says, when buying new tins of food, the dates aren't always for longer, makes it more difficult to rotate. They should be according to the batch when they're made. The food that's canned in January should have, or food that's canned in March should have a longer best before than food that's canned in January. So I don't know. Wow, Joy, 30 cars at the egg farm. Woohoo! Good for them. I mean, it's nice to see. Okay. The egg shortage. Is it really an egg shortage? Is it really a natural egg shortage, or is it a forced egg shortage? Maureen's Aldi had eggs and bananas today. 40 likes. Thanks, Barb. Jenny, I find Aldi really quite bizarre with their shortages. And from the day they opened in Melbourne, they've had odd shortages on things. For a long time, it was shampoo. Couldn't get shampoo at Aldi. Then another time, couldn't get sour cream. You could get ordinary cream. You could get yogurt. You could get the little puddings, but you couldn't get sour cream. It's crazy, bizarre things that Aldi always seems to struggle with. So, use by date. Depends what it's for. There is, with your use by date, it says use by, what's today, the 19th? Use by February 19th. But there should be a 3 to 4 day safety net within that date, especially for things like milk. Milk is often good for a while past the date. As long as you keep it refrigerated and cool, it should be fine. It's using your brain, isn't it? Just using your brain. And hello, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. How are you? Alrighty. So 60 people watching. Cool. That's really good. Let me go back to my notes. Right, so cleaning out your pantry, it doesn't have to be a big chore, and you don't have to do it all at once. Do one shelf at a time. If you're really busy, you're working, you're racing kids to sport, after school stuff, you've got shopping to do, caring for elderly parents or whatever, you've got church commitments or other things, one shelf at a time. Over a week, you'll get it done. Whether you do a shelf or the whole thing, empty it. Take everything out. You might need to use the kitchen table. You might just use the bench. You might be able to put it on the floor for a little while. I bet you'll be surprised at just how much a single shelf can hold, let alone a whole pantry. Then, while everything's out, give the shelves a good clean. Hot soapy water, get some rubber gloves on, hot soapy water, give them a scrub, dry them. Dry them, rinse them and dry them. If you use shelf liner, replace it or wash it and dry it. Check your canisters. Any empty canisters can get washed in hot soapy water and left to air dry or put in the dishwasher. Get into the ridges and the rims, with your Tupperware lids and your lock and lock lids and your whatever lids, decor lids. They've got those little, get in there with a bottle brush and give them a good clean. That's where weevils like to hide, in those little ridges and things. So get in there and give them a good clean and make sure they're properly dry before you put them back in the pantry. If the seals come off, take the seals off the containers and give them a good clean. Rinse them really well and dry them thoroughly. I cannot stress how important it is to dry them thoroughly. Then you can refill your empty canisters. Now, if you've got dry goods like your flour, pasta, rice, I keep mine in the freezer. When it comes home, it just goes into the laundry freezer and it stays there till I'm ready to use it. And I do that so I don't have problems with pantry moths and weevils. You can put bay leaves in your flour canister, in your rice canister, in your pasta canisters, any other grains that you might have in your pantry. You can keep bay leaves in the canisters because they help to deter the pantry moths, and so you won't get weevils. Because it is heartbreaking to have a lovely full pantry and end up with weevils. If you've got things in cardboard or paper packaging, try to get them into glass or Tupperware or lock and lock or decor or that type of thing, something that's airtight. And I say that not so that you'll be racing out to stock up on jars and things for your pantry, but because moths love cardboard and paper, and if it has food in it or glue to hold the flaps closed, they will think they are in heaven and they will eat it and they will lay their eggs and you'll have weevils. Before you know it, you will have weevils. We don't want to encourage pantry moths because we don't want weevils. So paper packaging, get rid of it as soon as you possibly can. If you've got bottles, sauce bottles, honey jars, peanut butter, Vegemite, whatever, wipe them over. Damp cloth, dry them off. Dust off any cans that you keep in the pantry. Then as you put things back, that's when you check your dates. Check the best before or the use by dates. Don't get all hung up on those dates. We're not going to be tossing out food, so don't get hung up on it. What we're going to do is put the oldest food at the front so it gets used first. First in, first out. So you'll be moving it to the front or the top of the pile or however you stack your pantry. Because if, I have things stacked in my pantry, the newest items, the things with the longest best before or used by date, go on the bottom of the pile. That's why I love those cardboard trays. You just lift them out, put the new one in, stack them up. So easy. They're free. They're free. Supermarket doesn't mind if you take them as long as they're empty. They don't mind if you take them. They're free. And so that means when they get a bit ratty or they tear, you can recycle them and get a new one from the supermarket. Just makes them easy to stack and rotate, especially for things like pineapple, beetroot, tinned fruits, salmon, tuna. What else do I have? Tomato soup, baked beans, tinned spaghetti, those sorts of things. And if you keep a full pantry and you've got a lot in there like I do, it makes it so much easier. But it makes it tidier in even just an ordinary kitchen pantry. So then all you need to do, once your pantry's clean, all you need to do is, as you replace what you use, remember to put the replacements at the back or on the bottom of the stack. So the oldest food is always at the front or the top, waiting to be used. Simple. Now we'll come back here. Okay. The egg farm, Joy said the egg farm busy every day now. People were buying up to 5 and 6 trays. 5 and 6 trays. Are they the trays of 30? 2.5 dozen, Joy? That's a lot of eggs. That's a lot of eggs. I know. See, eggs last for a long time, folks. Especially if they're in the fridge. Hi, Yvonne. Hello, Stuart. Hello, Coralie. And Jane puts bay leaves in a pantry. Yep. Actually, if you don't have bay leaves, you can go and get some bay oil and pop it on cotton buds. Put it on a cloth and wipe the edges of your shelves, the backs, the edges underneath is good because they like to hide up there, all those little critters. And then keep a cotton ball or two on each shelf with the oil, the bay oil on it. And that will help deter them too. It really works. It's a really simple thing, but it really works. If you know someone with a bay tree, yay team. Offer to help them clean out their pantry if they'll let you have some bay leaves. Greg Evans made the first sourdough starter. Woohoo! And it's bubbly. Well done. Great time of year for your sourdough. You don't need to worry about keeping it warm. Cheryl put a lovely photo over on Cheapskates Chatter of her sourdough loaf. Yvonne, as long with no spending month, as long as you know what happened and you know how to not do it again, it's not a failure. Yes, yeah. Those cardboard trays are so handy, and for stacking your materials. If you're a sewer and you have fabrics, you can use them for stacking your fabrics because they will stack on top of each other. You can do blues, reds, greens, yellows, pinks, purples, orange, patterns, men's, children's, checks, whatever, and keep them stacked on shelves. They really had so many useful things you can do with those. They're a really good size for winding the Christmas lights around. When you take the lights off the tree, here we go. You take the lights off the tree and pretend that's the thing, just wind them around like that. Put a clothes peg over the end and your Christmas lights don't get tangled. So many really good things you can do with those, Annabelle. 42, thanks, Barb. All right. 43. No, I'm not sick of you, Barb. Absolutely not sick of you. Never sick of you. All right. So we've done the pantry. Pat ourselves on the back. And as Maureen said, if you're worried about the dates, get a Sharpie and or a permanent marker and write the date on the top of the can or on the side of the can. I think it was Lorraine that posted she uses masking tape. Over on Cheapskates Chatter, she's masking tape and a Sharpie were her most useful kitchen tools for putting dates on things. Put it somewhere you'll see it so it stands out. Make it bold, nice and big and bold. Then you don't have to go hunting for it. The same system applies to your freezer too. First into the freezer, first out. A freezer inventory sounds painful, but it's not really. It just helps you keep track of what's lurking in the bottom or at the back. If you've got a chest freezer, what's in the bottom. If you've got an upright, what's hiding at the back. Even in your over top freezer on your refrigerator in the kitchen, what's hiding in there, so you can find it, because it's first in, first out. Now, storing your food's important to make it last well too, but using it's just as important. I only have chest freezers. I've thought about, I keep looking at uprights. I keep looking at upright freezers, but they are small. They look huge, but the actual freezer space is only about half what I have now. I mean, how many of those would I need to have to replace what I've got? We'll stick with the chest freezers while they're working. But they, when you're short like me, they can be a bit of a trial. I'm forever sort of head first into them. So I use, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, I use grocery bags to keep the food organised. It keeps it neat and tidy, and it means it's easy for me to lift things in and out when I need to, because in a chest freezer, things get stacked. And I put labels on the handles for what they are. Now, my bags are coloured because when I decided on this system 25 or 30 years ago, or however long ago it was a long time ago, the bags I could get were coloured. So the red bags have red meat in them. The green bags I use for vegetables. The yellow bags have chicken in them. The black bags are for roast beef, roast lamb. Silverside I put in there too. And brisket go into black bags. The pink bags are for fruits. So berries, apricots, plums, apples. Thank you, Maureen. I've stewed up the apples. All those sorts of things go in pink bags. And then blue bag. I think I've only got 2 blue bags. But they're pastry and sweets. Cakes, biscuits, tray bakes, sausage rolls, pies, pasties, apple pies, that sort of thing, all go in the blue bags. Now, each bag has a label tied on it, and they're tied on so that I can take them off and move them around if I need to. You can staple them, you can stitch them, whatever. If you want them permanent, sew them on. But it just means the freezer's organised. It's not necessarily all neat and tidy, and because they can get a bit wobbly, because of course nothing's ever stacked perfectly. But it's organised. I can get to it and I can work out what we need. So first in, first out. When something new comes into the freezer, it goes into a bag, and usually at the bottom, and we use the top first. It's easy. Now, I vacuum seal most of the stuff that goes into our freezer, which is really handy because it means I can stack it, shape it, mold it, whatever you want to call it, to make neat piles. And it means that I just use my Sharpie. Excuse me, folks. I can use my Sharpie to write the contents, because remember, sometimes frozen foods all look the same, and the date. So they're easy to keep track. The date for frozen foods is important, so you know which ones you use first. I'm more conscious of dating things that go into the freezer than I am onto the pantry shelf, because I know I only put things on the pantry shelf that we keep, that we use. So there you go. That's how I manage our pantry for our freezer and our pantry. It's easy. The fridge is pretty much the same, although it gets cleaned out every week because we have leftovers. So I have a shelf in the fridge that is just for leftovers, so that they're always there. I write them on the board. I know what's there, so nothing gets wasted. It gets used for a lunch or a breakfast or a dinner. It will go into a cake or extend a meal or something, but they get left over. They get rotated through, so they're not wasted. All right. All right. Okay. Freezer inventories on our freezer, fridge, and pantry inventories on our website. Print them off or have a look at them and do your own to what suits you. I suggest you laminate them. Print them off and then laminate them so that you can use a whiteboard marker to just fill in the quantities when you need to. Saves you printing it all the time. I have them, they're laminated. The pantry one is on the back of the pantry door. The fridge and freezer ones are on the laundry cupboard, so that they're just easy to do. Easy peasy. But I gave up printing them every time I did it, because it means when I go to the freezer, I just go and I can mark down I've taken out a packet of briskets. So now there's only 2 briskets left in, or I've taken out a packet of mince, or I've added 2 packs of meatballs or a meatloaf or whatever it is. And I can just change the number, not necessarily the whole thing. It means I can see at a glance what's in that freezer too. And as for those big freezers, I'm usually the only one that goes into them. So it's an easy system for me. If you have other people in the family going into them and getting things out, you might need to train them how to use your inventory system. It just means that it's always up to date. So you don't need to do a massive once a month or once a quarter or once a year or whenever you do it, inventory of everything. So print them out, whatever it is, print them out and laminate them. And then you've got them forever anyway. Oh, there you go. Estelle's talking about laminating anyway. Jane says totes made from feed bags do well in the freezers. Yes, they would. I just use, I think the red ones I have are old library bags. Pretty sure I got them with library books a long time ago. What was that? The green ones were, remember when cloth bags came in and they were green, or Woolworths, Coles, everyone had green bags. So they were the green ones. Then they started changing colours with them. Every now and then they'll wear out and they'll tear. So I go, oh no, so I have to hunt around and find one. I've made some out of fabric that I've had here. Whatever works. Whatever works. Night, Barb. Thank you so much for your help. Really appreciate it. FIFO for the freezer is good, but I also prioritise upcoming special family events and the roast steak ribs that I got on markdown clearance. Would that not just be part of your menu plan? Because I know on our meal plan I've got like birthdays. I know when the birthday, so I know that's a special meal and whatever. I'm not quite sure I follow with that one. Markdowns, it all just goes into the freezer. First in, first out. There we go. Okay, now let me find my notes. There we go. So that's my way, the cheapskates way of pantry management, FIFO, keeping things current so we never have old food, it never goes out of date. Now sometimes you'll have an ingredient that you've bought for a particular recipe. I try not to buy one ingredient or one recipe ingredients because they're just expensive. I like my ingredients to do lots, be versatile and do lots of different recipes because I like the options ingredients give me. So if you have a recipe that uses a particular ingredient and you know it's only for that recipe, try and get the smallest amount possible that you can and perhaps make the recipe a couple of times to use it all up. Don't let it go to waste. That's my only other comment. All right, so I will be away next week, guys, but I've set a premiere. So if I can get internet, I will join you for the premiere. We'll still have a show, but I will join you for the premiere. If I don't, you'll not been able to get internet, but there will still be a video for next Tuesday night. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. A while back, I was asked to talk about food we can cook while we're camping or while we're traveling. And I know some of us, I know some of you are planning on some trips this year, whether it's in your caravan or your tent or whatever. And so I thought, okay, and we're coming up for Easter and school holidays again. So it'll be a sort of our last really nice weathery. I always think Easter's the last big push for everyone to get away for holidays. So I thought I'd talk about that next week. Schedule it for next week. So it'll be a premiere, but it will happen. There we go. Now, so we'll finish a bit early. Oh, that's good. 8:15. That'll be nice. If nobody's got any more questions or anything else to say, I just want to say thank you so much for watching tonight. The change threw me a bit last night. I was a bit. If you're not subscribed to my free weekly newsletter, the link is in the description box. It's on our website. And if you'd like to know more about the Cheapskates Club, which started all of this, the link to our website is in the description box too, along with a contact us link. If you've got any questions, I will do my best to answer them for you, or you can leave them in the comments. And remember, questions in capitals so I can pick them out quickly and know their questions and need to answer them. I do read all the comments. I go back after every show and I read through the live chat. And I read the comments left under the video too. Now again, before you go, please be sure to give us a thumbs up, or if you're watching on the replay, thumbs up please. And if you're not already subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. It just means we can notify you of new videos and live shows so you won't miss out. And lastly, something you can do that will really help our channel grow is to share this video. There's a share button that sends a link to this show to your friends and family, and that's it. We don't contact them, we don't annoy them, we don't harass them. It's entirely up to them whether they want to watch or not, but it helps spread the word. And growing our channel is important because it means we're spreading the word that it's possible to live the cheapskates way. We can be debt free, we can be cashed up, we can be laughing even in 2025. Hopefully some of you are laughing already with the interest rate drop. Hopefully some of you have got it straight away. Otherwise it'll come through in the next couple of weeks. Alrighty, thanks again for joining me. Have a wonderful week everyone, and until next time, happy cheapskating. I'll see you live in a fortnight.